Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to the second part of my Hannibal the Wrath of the Lamb review. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, go over and do so. Give me more views. Get a fuller experience. I don't know. The final fight seemed sort of, sexually charged there. If not sexually charged, very romantically charged. Will and Hannibal are, just about to sip on some wine. And then Dollarhide breaks in. And one of the reasons I didn't like the final fight scene in Manhunter against Will and Dollarhide was because it wasn't really that personal. Dollarhide in that movie didn't give up Reba and get Reba to safety. And Will's family was never really in danger or threatened in that movie. But this fight, holy fuck, it was up there with the Red Dragon movie with Edward Norton. Shit. And so Dollarhide breaks in. And when Hannibal's getting beat up, Hannibal seems to, take it like he usually does. But when Dollarhide attacks Will, Hannibal has this look of, okay, fuck this shit, fuck you, you can do whatever you want to me, but fuck you if you hurt my boyfriend. And I'd have to go back and rewatch it, but it's tiny movements in his face. It's just like, okay, now, no, fuck you. And once both sort of get their bearings and are just wailing away at Dollarhide, it seems to be a bonding experience. That's really the only way I can really describe that moment. It's a bonding experience between two guys that really, really, really like each other. Though I believe Fuller has stated that there's no intention for the relationship to become sexual, because that's taking one step too far. And yeah, it was just a great big bonding experience. It's really, I think this is the only show I could talk about and that makes sense. And it's a bonding experience. This is making people grow closer. And sure enough, they're sort of hugging each other more for stability, just so that they don't fall over. And Will admits he likes killing. Will's become fucking dark. Throughout this season, you could definitely see Will struggling with why does he keep on talking Hannibal? Why? And there's this dark beast that has now been let out. Instead of Dollarhide, changing, Will has. And Hannibal says, "This is what I always wanted for you." Maybe not those exact words. There's maybe a word or two I'm adding or missing, but it's like, "This is what I always wanted for you. Don't you love me?" Which is so sweet. It's like, okay, I'm going to start off by saying I don't agree with this sort of relationship in real life. With fiction like this, I have a lens to look through. So if you have any questions at all about how I'd view a relationship like this in the certain aspects in real life, comment below so we have no misunderstandings, okay? And it's sort of sweet. It is sweet. It's like Hannibal all this time has seen this side of Will and has known that side of Will exists. And now that he's seen it, it's like, aw. It's like, yeah, you murder people and eat them, but aw, it's just that moment of understanding an extreme connection and acceptance by both characters is just, and the music that was chosen was just, oh my god. It was just nice and sweet, and it was, and then they go off the side of the cliff. Like, Will pulls him over like he's like saying, I really enjoy this, and yeah, I feel this extreme connection. I feel this love you have for me, and I can't live with myself because I know I continue. And there's no coming back. I've tried coming back, and that doesn't work. However, there really seemed to be, I don't believe, a splash at the bottom. I know there's waves, but there was no indentation or whatever, or anything on the side of the walls. So, if there was a season 4, this is the headcanon I'm choosing. At least Will and Hannibal surviving. I just so washed with emotion. So, like, one of the two choices you could conceivably go with is this was Will imagining him being strong enough to kill himself so he doesn't continue on with his murderous rampage, but in actuality that was just a fantasy that he created in his own mind. And then, he ends up not following through because he realizes he likes this adoration of Hannibal because he's the only man only person that's really connected with him. And only connected with him, and he likes this side of himself. Or that, this whole thing of them falling off the cliff together was just someone looking at the crime scene and trying to put things together. Or if you want to combine the two, Will decides that even though he's accepted himself, he does not want to bring that to Molly and have Molly know, because that's still shameful for him, and plus it'll be easier for him to do things if he's not bogged down by the law. So he creates this setup so that someone will investigate and come up with the conclusions that Will wants. And finally, for this review, the Red Dragon killing the police. Afterwards, Hannibal's getting up and he's like, "You worried too much, Will," and he just takes the body from the police car and then he drives up to Will and he opens the door for Will and pushes the dead body out, and it's just like, hop on, sort of like saying, hop on in, or are you coming or something. So yeah. This will be the last Hannibal vlog review I ever do, and my final thoughts on the Hannibal episode, The Wrath of the Lamb. It was a fucking awesome finale. You had the last conversation with Chilton and Alana. You had Hannibal saying, "You still owe me a debt." Basically comparing himself to Rumpelstiltskin. We don't know who cut off Bedelia's leg and is eating it. God, this was so fucking awesome. This was fucking... And if you have any comments or questions about the Hannibal episode, The Wrath of the Lamb, probably referring to Will and how he turned. If you have any questions about the Hannibal episode, The Wrath of the Lamb, please ask below. I'd love to interact with you. And I have been Jashikins, owner of jashikins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see wonderful vlog reviews like these. And if I didn't tell you already, if you haven't viewed part 1, go now and view it now at the end of the video. So, yeah. God, it's just, yeah. Anyways, if you go to my blog and the sidebar thingy is where else I am on the web, and you can go there and say hi. The dragon it's not a red dragon. Is still waiting to be named on my blog, so you can check out the rules and benefits of doing so. Go ahead, name it. And there is also a Star Wars poll. Now, if you're going to view my blog on mobile, you won't be able to see the poll. I'm sorry. Sorry, this Hannibal is such a fucking awesome series. It should have continued. What the fuck, NBC? It was amazing. Amazing fucking show. Artistic. There was gore, but there was always a point to it. And if you have been a fan of my blog for a while and want to, help support me financially, and hey, if you want to help another traumatized Hannibal, please, here's some ways. I do writing commissions on Fiverr. So if you want a Hannibal fanfic, contact me. If you want to be a Hanagram, if you want to focus on Alana and Margot, maybe how the relationship started, a little bit of how, possible season 4 could continue. You can go to my Fiverr account and I will write it. And I also have a Patreon. The 2 rewards are every month I'll give insider info on my upcoming ebooks, and I will also have a 30-minute exclusive vlog which will talk about updates on my blog and also things that just interested me this month. And I've come across very interesting things, and just like, yeah, and now that's September 1st, now I have to go, okay, I have to actually make an outline, and that will be fun. Recording will be fun, just saying, oh damn it, I won't have time to talk about this or that. That's going to be the hard part. And if you want those links, the links are in the description if you're watching on the YouTubes. If you're watching this on my blog, the links are on the sidebar thingy, and my Fiverr account is in the link Writing Shop. So if you click on Writing Shop, you'll get to my Fiverr account. And until next video, thank you, Brian Fuller, for a really amazing ride.